What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris, and today we're going to take a look at these wireless transmitter and receiver set from Vangoa. They were kind enough to send me this package, and it is in this box right here. So we're going to check it out. We're going to take it right out of the box. Look at that. Nothing else in the box. We do have this nice case right here. It looks like a small laptop case or something like that, of that sort. And what do we have inside that box? Rather, that beautiful bag. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that nice setup right there. We'll bring this a little closer. Looks like we have a little tiny instruction manual. And we have 7 receivers and 1 transmitter and a whole bunch of little power bricks. All right, so we have power bricks. We have 7 units. And it is a really nice looking set for sure. This packaging is super nice. The packaging is super nice. Yeah, really cool. But what do you have inside? You have 7 of these little guys right here. And we have equal amount of these little guys right here. So, and these are, oh, cool. These are actually, they're actually USB bricks. You have your male, which is your transmitter, and all your females, which are your receivers, which you'll plug in your units. So why would you use these? Why would you use these? I know you want battery-operated wireless ones. These you have to plug in. Oh, man, you have to plug these in. Okay, so if you want something more secure and safer, you watch a lot of videos online, I'm sure, and you've seen many of people, and you've seen some doing demos and said, oh, halfway through the night I had to change out my battery wireless receiver. Not a big deal. I just had to switch it out. But if you don't want to worry about something like that, this is a great option for you. These are supposed to work at 400 meters, which is over 1,300 feet. Is it line of sight? Most likely. But even with that kind of a distance, you most likely will be able to go through a couple walls. And I will try that in my home here for you guys. And what we'll do is we'll plug some of these up. We'll try like 2. We'll go from there. I have a standard DMX controller here. I have a bar light, and I have some other lights that I'm doing something else with right now. But I will use one of those, and maybe later we'll go for a walk with a battery one, and we'll use one of these to see how far we can transmit. Let me think about that. Can we do that? Maybe we can do that later tonight when it gets darker out. Maybe we'll walk down the block. But so what you can do with these is some people have older lights, and with older lights and less expensive lights, often there is an outlet on them. So if you have an outlet like this bar light does right here, you can actually power it from the unit. All right. And this one's a little weird because it's all the way over to here, but you can probably do it. But we're going to try it that way. And so what we'll do is we'll fire up one of the receivers right in here. It's going to reach. Where's the power? There's the power. It's going to reach. Of course, it's on the other side, but it will reach. All right. So we have that. So this is kind of a good thing that if you're one good thing. I mean, I use a couple moving heads normally, and I wire them because I'm afraid sometimes my little things, sometimes they connect, sometimes they just don't stay on. They're not expensive ones, they're inexpensive ones. When they work fine, and they work for plenty of time. But once in a while, I'm just like, I don't want to mess with it. I don't want anything to go out because I'm a one-man show, so I'd prefer something wired. So if your lights don't have something like that, you do have other options as well. I use once in a while older lights. You have certain types of connectors like this one here. So this one can go inter-unit, and then you can plug this into your little extension or whatever, and then you can plug these right into the other end. So you got this little multi-tap here. I'll get closer to show you. So you have things like this, which can make this very cool. And then they also do have PowerCon ones that work pretty much the same way. So your out PowerCon, the gray one, to an open Edison, so you can plug something in like this. Giving you some serious peace of mind that you're going to be good. You don't have to worry about the batteries. Maybe you need some type of safety light. Often, like when you do a younger party in the gym, hey, they have to leave on the back corner. So maybe you can set something up like that using these that you can crank on and leave, and you can change color if you want, or turn the brightness up or down permanently and just set it and forget it kind of a thing. But you can use a wireless dongle for that you can plug in and depend on. All right, so I'm going to get this thing fired up. We're going to pull out another little brick here from this beautiful case. This is a very nice case. So when you plug these in, you do have some options. I'm just going to show you real quick on the back of the unit. I have it plugged in a way I can't get to it. So you do see this little flashing light right here, and just above it there's a little tiny pinhole, and you can change it with I usually just use a zip tie or something like that. But you can easily go in here and change the channel, and generally maybe it's easy when you can see it, but you can see the lights changing color, and you have 7 different channels to start with, and there is some kind of scanning going on too to help keep things right. But we're going to keep it on red. That's kind of out of the box, and I think most of my stuff is pretty much out of the box. I have ran into an occasional issue. So you do want this to be the same as everything else. So you want to make sure they're all the same. And then once you do it, you're going to see that you connect something and you actually have a DMX signal. You're going to get a flashing green light. You're going to get a flashing green light. This will probably be out of focus on there. But so you do have signal when you get that flashing green. So we do have connection now. We have signal. And then you can see that I'm adjusting the lights that are in front of me. So piece of cake, and we're powered, so we will never run out of battery. And we can control this light all night long, which is awesome. So we're going to go ahead and plug some more lights in upstairs. So we're doing this again. So I don't know what's going on right now, but that should be red, green, blue, and I don't know if it's got a 4-channel or not. Don't remember how I set it up. But, and just so you know, this one's working as well. 2 on wireless, and everything should be changing. The colors are not the same on both lights because the fixtures are different channel setups in DMX. So you could program them to be the same, but since I'm just moving faders around, it's not going to happen. All right, so we should have different colors, and like I said, the light upstairs on the skeleton should be red, then green, then blue, and then a combination of both. Hee-hee. And this one here. Boop, boop, boop. Just want to give you guys a side note. If you have any battery-operated wireless lights, they have wireless receivers, 2.4 gig receivers. This transmitter will work just like any other transmitter. So if you're looking for a backup pack of stuff with the receivers, it will transmit to anything. That's 2.4. Just to let you know. So I've got no dongle plugged in here. So these work. The transmitter works just like any other transmitter. Just to let you know, if you're not a DMX person, if you haven't been doing this, if you don't know what this stuff does, the wireless receivers, or transmitters rather, that are 2.4 gig will work with anything that's 2.4 gig, and as long as you're on the same colored channel, okay? So there's just a shot of that. I was going to show you that. And the one thing, though, is I was going to plug a dongle in there and turn off the 2.4 gig so I could walk around and show you. But with this particular one, the way the DMX is jacked way back in here, you couldn't plug one of these in. Just something to think about because of the how far it sticks out to the side. This one would not plug into this unit. But I'm going to find another unit, a square light that I know I can plug one into, and we'll use that receiver, and we'll try to walk outside with it, and we'll just do a little program, and we'll just see. We can go through a wall or two and see how far we can go if it's still working. All right, perfect. So what I did is I created a quick little program to change some light colors. As you can see right here, I've got some changing colors. And you're going to say, hey, that's not a battery-operated wireless receiver. I just want you to know that I'm using a brick like you would for your phone. And I think that it's going to work. It was working. It may or may not work. I don't think the power's quite right, but hey, it is working right now. So maybe not suggested, but it is working, and I'm going to prove to you that I have turned off the wireless DMX light. As far as the 2.4 receiver, when I take this out, it should stop. And the light has stopped because I did turn off the receiver in the unit. And yes, you can do that if you want to try something like this. All right, so we're plugged in, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take it outside from here with this running, and if it stops changing colors, except for if the power goes out, then we'll know that we're good. All right, so we have illumination. I'm out my front door, and the dongle is still working. And that is in my basement transmitting this signal. Am I still changing? I'm still changing. My battery just stopped working. But here we go. We got the transmitter coming back online. And I still got signal coming because I just had to start the power over. I'm about 100 feet away from my house. And it's in my basement transmitting. So can you get away with through some walls? Yes, you can. So that's cool. I'm not going to go super far because it's the middle of the day and I don't feel like it. Or should I? I don't know. But still working. You know what? Maybe I will. Why not, right? You guys, right? You guys like this stuff, right? So let's try this. Let's try going the other side. Neighbor. So you can see the little lights blinking, or can you? I don't know if you can. But walking down the middle of the road, I still have light. I have light that's shining. I have a signal. Whew. It's kind of hard to carry this and keep you guys posted. But I am mega far away from my home. My house is all the way back there where that van is. So I'm still receiving signal. I'm a good 100 feet away from my house now. Still receiving signal. Now, just this battery thing keeps clicking out of my pocket, but if I start it back up, we'll see that that light comes right back on. Where is it? Can you see it? I'm gonna flip my camera. See that I'm receiving signal. Still receiving signal. So you see my house over there? My house. Still receiving. I don't need to go any further than that. So like, holy crap, working well. What can I say? That's pretty awesome. So I'm gonna be out of breath by the time I get home. So we'll wrap it up when we get there. Boop. These things are gonna come in pretty darn handy. Vangoa wireless DMX transmitter and receivers, 2.4 gig. They say about 400 meters, which is 1,300, and I wrote it down just to remember, 1,312 feet. I took it outside. Transmitter stayed here in the basement. I walked up the stairs from my basement, out the front door, a couple hundred feet down the block. I did use a little brick for my phone for this, so it was a little mismatch of power. Don't try that at home. So it kept turning off, but it wasn't due to the light not receiving. So as you will see in the video, every time I turn just kind of rebooted the power or just whatever, the light started receiving. So wow, I could put a couple old uplights on like all my neighbors' front yards and have them all do the same thing for Halloween this year if I'd like, which could be kind of cool. We could chase the whole neighborhood. So these come in. These are awesome. They're working great. What else I got to say about that? Nothing. Check this set out. Vangoa. It's on Amazon. The link's below. I believe it's $188 for the whole thing, but it's a great case. They seem to really, distance-wise, they work pretty flawlessly. I haven't done it for a long period of time, as you know, because I just tried it out for the first time right now. But this is a great pack if you're considering doing some wireless DMX. The battery ones I know they're nice. They're definitely convenient. But if you want something stable and you're going to be for permanent install or something like that, this might be a really good option for you. And if you're like me and are not 100% sure on a lot of the wireless things and wind up wiring anyway because you don't mind taking the extra couple minutes, something like this with like the plug I showed you earlier, depending on the gear you have, little adapters like this so you can, keep your wires short and keep your Keep these tied up in a nice little ball so you don't really have anything hanging off. If you're using totems and you put them with the totem, you know, there are power con connectors. They're about $15, 15 to 25, depending on where you get them. But with like a 6-inch with an AC, a female AC plug on the end, so you can plug it right in, set it, leave it there, and they'll work great. So you'll definitely have the peace of mind. Once again, Vangoa, link is below. Hope you guys like this video. See you soon.